Vinyl community, VC, what's going on out there? It's Ryan Kidd, cheers. I'm back for another Vinyl Finds video. Hope everybody's doing okay. I went to my local record store. I got some stuff in the mail. And dude, let's just start it off. Let's go. The first thing I'm going to show you is what we're listening to right now. It's a compilation. It's called Sharpies. 14 aggro Aussie anthems from 72 to 1979. Now this one I picked up in the record store, and I'm flipping through the racks and I see this, and I look at the title and I see the picture that, now Sharpies to me and the way it's written, and you know, it could be power pop, I don't know, but then you look at the picture and these guys kind of look like oi, maybe skinhead kind of thing, you know, whatever. And but then the one guy has a mullet, like skins with mullets, I don't know. But it really intrigued me, so I flip it around, and I'm looking through the bands. I don't know one band on this compilation except the Colored Balls. And I picked up their singles like 2 years ago. Just Add Water put out this single called Won't You Make Up Your Mind. This was from 1973. Off the Colored Balls album Ball Power. And for 1973, this had like, Won't You Make Up Your Mind has a pretty punk sound to it. And from 1974, off the album Heavy Metal Kid, is the single Heavy Metal Kid. So I knew the Colored Balls. And if they were on this they're on this compilation, I said, all right, I'm gonna buy it. And we'll see, we'll see what the rest holds. I brought it home. I put it on, and it's hardly left my turntable for the last week and a half. I love this compilation. It is beer guzzling, just like swagger driven rock and roll. It's awesome. And I'm going to show you some records I have that if you like, you're going to love the Sharpies compilation. If you dig Slade, you're going to love the Sharpies comp. If you dig the Faces, you're going to love the Sharpies comp. If you love T-Rex, you're going to dig it. If you love the Sweet, you're going to go wild for this. If you love Mott the Hoople, it's going to turn your head around, dude. This is stuff I never heard. And if anyone has any information on these bands, I would love to know more about them, and I would love to know more about the Sharpies movement. So while I'm listening to it, I'm looking it up, and I like to think I'm pretty attuned to rock and roll subcultures. You know, I mean, I'm a punk. I like, I like punk. I like the mods. I like skinheads, all that stuff. But apparently the Sharpies were a youth movement in the 70s in Australia, and they were like rivals of the mods. And what I read about it was they were, sharp dressers, but, sported mullets and stuff. I didn't really gather too much info on this whole movement. And if there's any Sharpies out there or people who know more about this movement, I would love to hear about it. Because, yeah, it really took me by surprise. I didn't know about it. If you want to get a feeling for how this compilation sounds, this is Heavy Metal Kid by the Colored Balls, this song here. Yeah, dude. Dude, it's just beer drinking anthems, man. You want to just go wild. Full of power, just rock and roll power. Like I was saying, if you want to get a feel for how this compilation sounds, the first track on it is a really good, it's a really good way to get a feel for the rest of this. So, the Marcus Hook Roll Band. The song is called Natural Man. It's from 1972. The song is like a mix of T-Rex, Bowie, Mott the Hoople, but the thing that was really funny was the vocal cadence and the verses were those of like Bob Dylan, like homesick, Subterranean Homesick Blues. And it was really cool, man. I just picture some guy with a mullet flipping over the cards of the lyrics. And it's just Dude, I'm gaga over this shit, man. I love this compilation. It was really cool. I can't stop listening to it. I've never showed a book in my vinyl finds videos, but I did just finish reading this book. It's called I Don't Fit In by Paul Collins. And if you don't know Paul Collins was the drummer of the Nerves, who are, this is essential, dude, for any power pop, I mean, rock and roll fan. I mean, I think Beatles fans would go nuts over this stuff. It's really cool. Some great songs, One Way Ticket, Paper Dolls, When You Find Out, Walking Out on Love, The Exploding Hearts covered Walking Out on Love, and they're most known for Hanging on the Telephone, and I'll get back to that in a minute. Paul Collins was also the singer and guitar player for Paul Collins Beat, and this is a classic power pop album. This is another like must-have. Rock and Roll Girl, I Don't Fit In, Don't Wait Up. Dude, there's so many. Workaday World, Let Me In Your Life, Working Too Hard. The Nerves did Working Too Hard too. Just excellent stuff, man. And he was also in another band with Peter Case. Peter Case was also in the Nerves, but called the Breakaways. And I was lucky enough to meet Peter Case one day, and he signed this record for me. To Ryan, Rock On. Peter Case. Peter Case went on to play with the Plimsolls, another really terrific band. But getting back to the book, you could blaze through this thing, man. You could read this in like 2 or 3 days, and it's an easy read. You get mostly from this book Paul Collins talking about the days in the Nerves. And the Nerves, I love them not only because of their music, but they were one of the first bands I feel like really dug into the DIY kind of attitude of music. And these guys were touring nationally on their own dime. They were doing everything they could do to scrape and claw their way to some sort of notoriety or fame. And it's a terrific book. And, you know, you get some other stuff, you know, with Paul Collins Beat and later in his life, but the Nerve stuff in this is gold, dude. If you're a fan of power pop, Paul Collins Beat, or rock and roll, you're going to love this book. But there's one story in it that I thought was hilarious. And speaking of, Jack Lee wrote the song Hanging on the Telephone. He was the bass player in the Nerves. And somehow they got their stuff to Blondie's people. And Blondie apparently listened to their stuff, and they wrote them back a note, and it said, "You guys are the worst fucking band we've ever heard." Funny enough that in 1978, Parallel Lines came out, and what is side 1, track 1? You guessed it, Hanging on the Telephone. And let me pull this Nerves album out. The Nerves version of Hanging on the Telephone is far superior to Blondie's version. No doubt about it, and more people need to know about the Nerves, how great they were. Their work ethic was amazing, but their music was terrific, man. And Paul Collins went on to do a lot of really cool stuff. But that's a great segue to my next record, and there's 2 people out there I want to thank for me to have this record, to get this record. One is MC Pop, and the other one is Hyper Viper, so cheers to you guys. In a Vinyl Finds video a little bit back, I was showing an album by a band called The Whiffs from Kansas City, a really cool power pop band. And MC Pop and Hyper Viper were like, dude, if you like this first Whiffs album, you have to get the album Another Whiff, their second album. So I picked it up, and I can't thank you guys enough for nudging me in the direction. You know, you guys comment and tell me stuff that's cool. I'm going to check it out, and I really do appreciate it. This album is so good. Besides Sharpies, this compilation, this has been on my turntable nonstop. It is terrific, dude. Like, the first one I loved. I thought it was fantastic. And then I checked out this one. This one is a step above the first one. This band is fantastic, dude. The Whiffs are really taking the power pop top slot for me right now. And the first song, Shakin' All Over, not only is it a great song, but it's pretty ballsy to name a song that. You know, I mean, considering it's already such a popular song title. But What Do You Want Me to Do, Hey Little Ann, Dream About Judy, My Vision of Love, Throw It Away, On the Boulevard. There's so many good songs. There's not a miss on this album. I really loved it. And thank you both, MC Pop and Hyper Viper, for giving the kid a little push to pick that up. The next one I'm going to show you is, all right, so I have a little group text with some people. You know, we have the same kind of, you know, taste in music, and we're always, you know, we're texting about what we're listening to and whatever. So we're texting one night, and they're like, oh, what are you listening to? And I said, I'm listening to Discharge, Hear Nothing, See Nothing, Say Nothing. And so we started talking about Discharge, and this is a clap, dude. This is, you know, everybody, you know this album. This is terrific. And they started talking about the Discharge demos. I didn't know there were Discharge demos. I never heard it. I never heard that. So they sent me some stuff, and I listened to it. And I was like, all right, I'm going to show you what I got. And I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I didn't know that this existed. So this is the Discharge, was it March through June demos from 1977. So when they told me Discharge demos, I was thinking, you know, it would sound like Y, the album Y, or Hear Nothing, See Nothing, Say Nothing. It doesn't sound anything like that. It's, I hope I don't get in trouble for this, but this is like my favorite Discharge stuff. This has like, the drums and the guitar are like stupid simple. Like, and I love it. It's very like Ramonesy, guitar riffs, 3 chords, the drums, like I said, stupid simple. It's the vocals, man. Like, you wouldn't believe this is the same band, especially in the second song, Sweet Suburban Dreams. The singer sounds exactly like Johnny Rotten. And the English accent is so over the top. I'd almost compare it to like, what's that, Albertos Elos Trios Paranoias, that band. You know, I don't know if you guys know that band. I have the single in here somewhere. But yeah, dude, it was, it's awesome. Here it is. Snuff Rock. Yeah, this is on Stiff. Albertos Elos Trios Paranoias. But, I mean, the music does it. The vocals like that. It's like the exaggerated English accent. But this is terrific, dude. I love it. I can't stop listening to it. It's taken over the top spot of Discharge for me, and it's the importance of talking to people about music. Your friends or other people on these channels are going to turn you on to really great stuff. So listen to them. Try everything. That's a cool. This is the label. Screaming head there. So the next one I'm going to show you. I'm trying to keep these videos under 15 minutes now. I don't want to go too long. I had this single by a band called The Diodes. It's called Tired of Waking Up Tired. The B-side was Child Star. And I love this single. I love it, man. It's a classic song. They're from Canada. That came out in 1977. And this album came out in 1977 as well. This is The Diodes' self-titled album. This is the perfect combination of punk, power pop, and new wave rolled into one. This is terrific, man. Red Rubber Ball's the first song on here. I forget the guy's name from The Seekers, but he co-wrote it with Paul Simon. And it was done originally by a band called The Circles, not the Mod Circles. I think it was in the mid-60s, this band, The Circles. But I love the Diodes version, dude. That's excellent. But it goes on. Child Star, the B-side on Tired of Waking Up Tired, is the second song on it. But Tennis, again, Blonde Fever, Plastic Girls, Behind Those Eyes, Midnight Movie Star. There's not a miss on this. 1977 Canadian punk, dude. This is killer. The Diodes rule, man. Love it. The last one I'm going to show you. My Australian kick continues, not only with the Sharpies compilation, the aggro Aussie anthems from 1972 to 1979. But here's some newer Aussie punk, it's the Eddy Current Suppression Ring. So I was in a record store, I walked in, they were playing this. I never heard it. I said, what is this? And they told me. And I said, yeah, I'm gonna pick it up. You can get this pretty cheap too. I shop at Goner Records in Memphis. I live in Memphis, and Goner put this out, this compilation out. Now, if you listen to this, the first song is like super lo-fi, and there's like a organ that's in the red, like mixed in the red. It's awesome. It's really cool. But the rest of this stuff on it is different. They kind of go through some changes as a band, and you can see it, and it's all cool. It goes from that lo-fi kind of maybe garagey to more of a modern punk sound. But when I opened up the gatefold and I saw the guy in the crime shirt, I said, yeah, this is going to be cool. I'm going to dig this, you know. This is stuff from 2003 to 2010. Really cool band. I think they're great. I think they're worth a spin. And especially you can get this for like 10, 11 bucks. It's cool, man. But yeah, that's my vinyl finds for the week. I can't thank you guys enough for the kind words you gave my Cramps collection video. Also, the 5 non-punk records that punks will dig. I got a good response out of that, so I'm going to keep doing those. Maybe they'll keep, you know, being a thing. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. The Rat Fink appreciates it. And cheers until next time. Boys and girls, I'm going to grow a mullet and become a Sharpie. The next time you see me, I'm going to have a mullet. And I'm going to have overalls and whatever. Cheers, everybody. Later.